From one meeting to the next. Yep.
We'll see how many.
Yeah, they moved it around a little bit.
Yeah, they did. You used to sit over there.
Yeah, they moved it to that table.
We'll figure it out.
Yes, it's fine.
But then, like, oh, which one of you wants to be the conservation? Sorry, it was like that's even she was thrilled that her bosses had been talking about hers and then she's like, I'm gonna take down a couple of ride alongs this summer.
Thanks.
So do I. So she was like,
Okay.
she loved it. I'm glad that she loves that she's happy. Yeah. Andy, get up here. You
Did you want to stay?
we asked her and she does, like, so, yeah, like if she wants to stay. So, yeah. Yeah, she loves it. She's
My,
super excited about it.
Say that happens in cities.
Just
You're
walk.
You're just
Just
one.
have, like, drink off of the other. Yeah.
Scraps out of it, hit the side of the road. The ambulance is right there.
So freaking delicious.
I don't know. Joe didn't come to that
Then you
meeting.
age it for 21 to 28 days, it's even better. It's like filet mignon.
What was the term that I heard of it? Quick eat?
Quick meat.
Quick eat. Quick eat. Also ditch chicken.
Nope.
And then single thing, rely on.
Never before. You know what bald eagles taste like, right? We're gonna get my Facebook shots for the day, Ben.
Oh, so it's just you three?
Huh?
Oh.
So I don't know what we're gonna do for the,
You don't have car, you're gonna call it relatively quick.
yeah,
Yeah.
At 6:03, I'm sick and tired of people showing up late.
yeah.
I'm gonna call it 60.
Oh, to get places
Right.
in time, and I'm sick
I'm
and
gonna call
tired
it six.
of showing up and
6:01.
people being disrespectful of my.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was waiting the last time. I'm sorry, I was waiting the last time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I know the three will not, you did, no, you didn't do that.
Yeah, I put all the stuff out.
Oh, but you didn't make the name tags.
Oh, no, those were, yeah, I just put them out, yeah.
I'm Sarah back there, right?
Yeah, I was texting her because I was like, oh, I needed like two step authorization or whatever, so she's getting her hair done.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, you know my feelings, Becky.
Nice.
Oh, yes, I know.
6 minutes.
Yeah,
I really try,
I
Yeah.
know.
and I get it, I want some grace too, but
But there's a
But
difference
it's-
between somebody late 5 minutes once in a while and somebody 5 minutes later.
Yes,
that's
that's the
very
thing.
true, very true.
Oh, yeah,
I've tried to coach some of my employees about that. If you're doing it 5 minutes every day, there's a reason. Oh, no, it's traffic today. Yesterday was the best.
So you gotta
Sunday.
plan, yeah.
Yeah,
So, but you don't tie it in so that every day that should happen.
oh,
It's
yeah.
like the person who's always got windshield chips. Is it because you just randomly are lucky? It's small stuff that it's all.
Well, as someone who just got a windshield fix for a trip, you know,
It happens.
they spread like crazy.
Yeah.
too.
But it happens.
Oh, yeah.
5 minutes late, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I was late for our last meeting, because we had a fire. It happens.
Oh, yeah,
you have a fire, that's.
yeah, that's a big thing,
But I'm
yeah.
not late every day.
No,
Yeah.
And do you, how many windshield trips do you get?
that was the first one in years. I can't believe it, yeah.
What does happen? But so we're making that close, this guy that started Wilson's Youth Fair. He said, I've been very, very lucky in my life, but I found the harder I work, the luckier I get. Which I think is true, the harder you work, the more opportunities
Yeah.
you have, because people are right there.
Yeah.
And just like, if you're late every 5 minutes, it's the exact opposite, like, oh, you
Oh, yeah.
set it up, so man, I'm always unlucky, but that's because you're.
You're setting yourself up for
setting
that.
yourself up.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought this quote was fantastic, because yes, luck is a major component.
Was his name Wilson?
Yeah, I can't remember what his first name was. But the harder you work, the more people are gonna come with opportunities,
Yeah.
or allow opportunities to happen. I thought it was great, yes, luck is a component.
Yeah, but it's also hard work too. I did see Gary earlier, he said he'll see me
Oh,
later.
yeah, okay.
How many people do you need?
5,
5, we have 2.
3 with Gary, maybe? Does John count?
Yeah, he counts, but I don't know if he's coming.
okay. So,
So, Alex is gonna get a boat, are you so excited?
but why did he get that? Though?
I didn't even know what it was.
It's what
is it?
It's a Boston Whaler.
Oh,
It's a like a work.
so it's not even, I was gonna say, it's not even like a luxurious
Stay
relaxing.
on, he wanted to sleep
But
on.
then you have to buy a new truck,
That's what he said to pull it.
which that's not internal, that's not you buy, which.
Yeah, no. I dropped you off some posters today, for moving the park, and then I think you dropped off one for Sounds of Summer too, so. I mean, I dropped them off at JW too, but I don't know, sometimes people like to hang them in the back too, and they don't hang them in the window, so.
So we don't post anything in the windows, but we'll put
Because that's
something,
what the girl at Katie did, said, and yeah, so.
but we'll, and we can put it in our outside.
Well, we get, okay, cool,
Yeah, right, that's fire.
Oh, yeah,
That looks.
I know.
Oh, I love it.
I know, we did this board did this.
Yeah.
That was our big
Yeah.
one.
Inside, it makes such a big difference
Yeah.
too.
Just, I think it's actually going to even look, like this one here looks nice. I think it's.
Oh, where-
Oh, yeah,
We've got more lighting inside and full.
Yeah.
I think that'll be.
yeah.
I could not be happier than that. But then Shane said something about, well, they got wording on that window, and I said, Shane, that's not advertising.
No,
They don't even carry those. things."
Yeah.
yeah, what is this?
It separates cream from milk. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Really? Huh. Thanks, thank you. I didn't know that.
Yeah, when you get.
I posted it on Facebook, on our Facebook,
Yeah.
and someone commented on it and said, oh, look, the Meyer brothers are finally spending money. Like,
So nice, and it's good for all downtown.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a storefront there. Let's walk down the street that way. I mean,
I can't believe it was blocked off before.
and so much of it was
Yeah.
really actually under there.
There's a massive amount of windows like that. Like JC Penney's had a bunch.
Right, oh, yeah.
Wow.
Starting to go on. Basically, any building that runs the length of that railroad track used to be port entries for loading and unloading cargo. Which could have been windows.
But you know what, I have little windows like that up above, overlooking Petoskey Street.
Oh.
So when you come in and you look up above and
Oh, yeah.
there's those legends, right?
Yeah.
Behind that, there happen to be windows, which we
That's
discovered when we did some remodeling.
So that's where my brother bought that, so the one that I bought. I learned a very, very valuable lesson. If you buy a house, before you sign the paperwork, count the number of windows inside the house, count the number of windows outside the house, and make sure the numbers.
Oh my gosh.
They had covered up the window entirely, and we didn't notice for like 5 years. One day I see this like, basically light on the wall. And I walk past, and I'm looking at the bathroom, the lighting didn't like out when I walk in front, I'm like, wait a minute. So I step in the bathroom, and I shut the door, and the light beam is glowing behind the shower.
Ah.
I'm just like,
Spooky.
What?
so I went to the porch, and I was right. You're like, where did we come from? And my brother's like, come on, look, there's 2 windows, let's go inside the house. 1 window. Where's that extra window?
Huh,
Yeah.
jeez.
I think your phone's gone off.
Oh, maybe I should have, I turned mine off.
Oh, are you unlocked them?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you're just gonna get out too.
tell them we're coming
Does it
down.
have keys?
Doesn't he have a key? Yeah.
I got here at like 4.
We don't open the meeting room.
I just.
Oh, shoot, we'll get somebody down. Sorry about that, we were. You're very mad at me.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a key.
Yeah.
You're very mad.
That is key.
Yeah, mid-second, all I hear. I don't know.
That's what he said, you don't have a key.
No, he just said,
You just hung up on you.
there were 4 of us have been here 15 minutes, and I said, I'm so sorry, you've been in it. Beep, beep, beep.
I thought he would have a key.
I don't
I'm
know.
glad he has a key.
Okay. You have a key?
No.
There we go. I have a key. I've been here since.
Yeah, right, yeah. I got here right before they closed.
Oh, by the, does anybody have an answer packet? Because I was so well organized for this afternoon, I didn't.
I unfortunately not, because I had mine for.
Yeah, I never got, mine didn't arrive in the mail.
I don't either, but I have.
Well, if we don't think Joe's gonna come, you and I can just share.
Yeah, figured.
You want to sit on that side of me and shield me?
What's that?
That was a good game. Very cool.
I will do that.
Switch gears.
Excuse me, let me get on my girl detritus out of the way.
I just think it's organized, I don't think it's gendered.
My hedgehog notebook.
The cyclical. Looking at me.
Oh, she's got a couple.
It's actually pretty nice.
I blocked one. Oh.
Doesn't get easier, come on.
Stuff.
Hey.
Yeah, some of the confusion, we've been there at a meeting since 4, and normally we all show up, so we were just walked across the hall and wonder who it was.
So it was 5 after we all went home. Just because we wanted to go home anyway. We were looking for an excuse to go home.
It's too nice.
It's beautiful out. Thought I did a nice long hike this morning from here to the bridge and maybe even back, and it was beautiful. They were very tired.
Sure, how we do.
Okay, I apologize. I guess probably was my fault because we've been here so long.
We're all good.
How long do you think we'll be here till once you get into my car?
Well, he can come here and ask me.
Yes. Is the door locked?
Let's
Yeah,
go.
the door's
All right,
up.
so let's call this to order, just slightly after 6 p.m. here, just due to consent. So we've got a consent agenda, and we should have reviewed this. I'm open to a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
We'll make that motion.
Open second. Do we have any board discussion at this time? All right, I'll go for a vote. All in favor of accepting the consent agenda as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Perfect. Let's move on to public comments. We'll come at some point to ask for keys. So moving on to new business. A, discuss and approve 2023 sidewalk sales ending time. Andy, I believe this is your agenda item.
Yes.
First off, welcome back. I think this is your first meeting with us.
Thank you. Well, I was here, but you weren't.
Oh, right.
But
She wasn't here, she was sick last week.
oh, yes. But yeah, thank you. So sidewalk sales always, never really know what time to end. We would like to try and get a uniform ending time for both days, just it helps with people packing up early, leaving. I did do a survey, which you'll see enclosed, and really asked kind of what time people wanted to close. The majority say 6 p.m. on both days. And it's kind of board recommendation. I kind of thought, maybe 9 to, we do have one thing to keep in mind on Friday night is we have our Bliss Fest concert series Sounds of Summer, which begins at 7 o'clock on Friday. And then after that, we have our movie in the park at dark as well. So there is some draw to keep people downtown after sidewalk sales. And then Saturday, typically sales kind of taper off a little bit earlier just because it's the second day. And obviously everyone's exhausted, staff is exhausted as well too. So kind of just looking for a little bit of input on what time we think it should end.
So last year I had to chase people off the street because.
And yeah, what time was last year?
DPW, well, it was 4 o'clock on Saturday, but DPW was there and they bring people in and they want to open the streets again, and they're paying them to do that. And sometimes they say they pay overtime. So I just want to be able to have all of us to be able to have the knowledge ahead of time. We had some people say it doesn't matter what time you're gonna close them, we're gonna stay open. But then we can send somebody from DPW over there about safety even and say, streets are opening up, these people gotta get off the sidewalk, so.
You can stay open in your store as long as you want, just have to move the.
But the
Sidewalk
look of it
streets.
isn't good when you got half the people going in, half the people, so.
Yeah.
So basically you're looking for suggested time?
Yep, for both days. It
Okay.
begins at 9 a.m. both days.
I do restaurant, not retail, so the staffing demands are a little different, so I'd be curious what that thought is. I mean, if the majority of the people say 6 p.m., I think that would just make sense for both days, if that's what the respondents said.
Yeah. Retail, what do you guys think? It's always hard. 'Cause last year, I think it ended at 6 o'clock on Friday and 4 p.m. on Saturday.
64, right.
So, and I would be open to whatever, so.
Gary, what do you think?
I was actually just gonna ask you,
What's that?
I was just gonna ask you.
Oh.
My opinion is like 6 both days is fine for me, but
It's a
I
consistent.
agree with that. I like the both days. Same time.
Makes it a little bit easier, but.
It'd be easier for marketing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go home when I'm tired on Saturday.
Not
gonna lie.
I mean,
Yeah.
were you thinking 6 Friday, 4 Saturday?
It doesn't matter. We're good. I mean, we should go with what.
Well,
people said in the survey.
Yeah, the survey
That's- That's where we're,
And
that's what we
I
hang
think
out.
it's like almost 50 people participated, which was very interesting. That was a lot, so,
Sidewalk sales,
yeah,
I only feel that warm.
yeah,
yeah, right.
And if they get upset, we can tell them that's what they answered on the survey.
yeah, majority, so.
Yeah.
I
So
said, you filled out
I don't think we necessarily need a motion on this one. I think that's more just guidance, correct?
both.
Perfect. All right, next on the agenda then is consider sponsorship request from Water's Life Festival. And I believe this is what Charlie Millard had spoken about briefly last week or last month. Becky, if you would look at this just a quick.
Well, you did submit this letter that you have in your packet that is attached that lists sponsorship levels. This would be appropriate for us to support the same as we did Festival on the Bay. It's not in the downtown, but as a sponsor, and we can think of a component that would help a treasure hunt, something that would go on in downtown that same day that might coordinate with it. And maybe this will grow a little bit And it will get bigger and bigger and bring more people to town on a weekend where we don't have anything planned. Traditionally, this group has never had anything planned on us, anything for Labor Day. So I'm recommending that we pick the $500 level, which would be the Lake Huron sponsor, which I wasn't too crazy about that because we're not Lake Huron, but the dollar amount seemed right to me. And it could come from the marketing committee's image campaign line item. And they would also then work on something with Andy about promoting downtown and the cash register ringing for that weekend as well.
Perfect. Does the board have any questions, comments, concerns for Becky?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve $500 donation for the Life with Water event.
Perfect. So we have a motion on the table, sponsorship versus donation, correct? Okay, so we have a motion on the table for a sponsorship for $500 for the Waters Light Festival. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any board questions, comments, concerns, or discussion? All of that, I would be open to a vote. All in favor of a donation for the Waters Light Festival for $500, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Next is reports by downtown management board committees.
Do we have a member of the public here? This is gonna be the fastest meeting we've ever had. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just we're reaching the end of the meeting already. So I'll start with the parking committee's notes. You do have them in your packet, but some of the highlights were the trolleys now falling under the parking committee's domain. And I will tell you that this has been a huge feat, and it has taken up almost every waking minute of the last month. There are so many regulations. There are so many people who think they know the answers to these regulations. The trolley drivers are so committed. We have 3 older gentlemen who just are so excited about this, and they're so earnest, and they're doing things above and beyond. They're going cleaning out, even though the trolley was detailed, but then they're fixing windshield wiper blades, and they're just getting things just in first tip-top shape. And they're forming a bond, the 3 of them. And they all take their road tests this week. So at the end of this week, we should know for sure that they're going to be, I'm looking at a schedule, and the trolley schedule is because everybody has when they need to be up, when they want to be up, their wants and needs. And they have, we have a woman also who's a school bus driver. So she's already certified and has all the training she needs. So they're all going to get 18 hours at this point. I think we're going to be able to run 7 hours or 7 days a week. We will run 1 daytime shift on Sunday and 1 daytime shift on Wednesday to make that work and to make all the wants and needs satisfied. Bayview did secure, we did get a $2,500 scholarship from them. They also gave, when the trainer came to town, they gave a lodging for the trainer. So we didn't have, she was here a total of 7 nights, I think, came twice, and to work with these fellows. And we would have had to pay for that in a hotel. So that was, she stayed at Bayview, and she did enjoy it there quite a bit. I'm very hopeful that this is going to be a good kickoff season. There've been a lot of questions, and it's about time we got that back on the road again. We're going to need new tires, not right away, but we are going to need new tires. So keep that in your mind as well. Any questions on the trolley?
Great news.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's just an unusual thing. It's not something I do every day. And so the learning curve was high, and lots of people, we still have questions on the drug testing, and there's a consortium that you have to get into, and lots of detail on that. The design committee met also. They have their notes, the notes in the packet. If you look through the drawings that were submitted, remember they were attached to the design committee notes. They're a concept. They haven't been approved by anyone yet. They were presented to the Parks and Rec committee and also to the design committee. Before anything is finalized, I'll come back to the design committee again, and the design committee will then recommend to you, because you're contributing money toward this. You're a big part of what the money that's going to be spent. So there were some questions that they had about style of bench, style of even trash containers. What about, will the benches match whatever is in the park, but the park isn't being done at the same time. They talked about the black walnut that was saved from one of the trees when the trees came down, that big storm. how that can be incorporated. So they had a lot of notes and things, and that's all in your packet, in your notes. But to give to Tim, who's in making the plan, and that will again go back to Parks and Rec and be bubbled in. So he had just said he didn't want to go any further in this plan until he met with the design committee, so he would know what was out there. You also have organization task force notes in your packet, but they did meet again today at 4 o'clock and until 6 o'clock, and so they put a lot more work in. They met, and of course, I don't have any notes from that, but they talked about the new job description for the parking accessibility and mobility manager that will be hiring in the parking office. That job description, I think, once I make the revisions that they talked about today, we can get that out at least by the first of next week, and we'll be interviewing for that position with the idea to get someone in it by the end of July. We did budget to have that person on board in July, so we'll see what comes of that. They also spent some time talking about bylaws today, meeting policy, or the committee organization. Got quite a lot done, so we'll be back next month with more notes on that one. Andy, I think that's. Oh, I will tell you before I turn over to Andy for the marketing committee, we did sign the lease on the new space upstairs above Chalbella, and we can get in there July 1st. And if you looked in your expense reports, you'll see that we did pay it annually this year. So we were able to get a better rate because we were able to pay it all at once, because we already have it in the bank. We're not earning it monthly. So July 1st, we'll be up there and we'll have an open house and ready to come up and see it. So looking forward to that, having a spot for Andy to light. So all good. And I will be meeting with Allison. We've made, I guess I told you guys this, but we've made 2 appointments to meet so far. One I had to break and one she had to break, but Allison, who did our strategic plan, wants to do a wrap up and see how we're going. And if you have any comments you want me to send along to her, I definitely would, but I'll let you know how that goes too next time we meet. Andy.
Cool. Our marketing committee met on Friday, which is why the minutes are not in the packet. Because it was after the date to get them in. But the main thing we discussed was the sale of the downtown calendar, which the marketing committee has been working really, really hard on. We've learned a lot for next year. I'm hoping to get it and starting sales to merchants and the public by July 4th. It's a little bit later because we kind of had a little bit of a printing issue with Mitchell Graphics, but it's all good. We're going to get it. But we will be hosting a calendar premiere party in the park on Friday, July 21st, kind of making it kind of an event of the night. We will have our calendar premiere party from 6 to 7, and then after that is the Bliss Fest, is the Sounds of Summer Bliss Fest concert series, and then the movie in the park after that. We're inviting the community, visitors, everyone, all of the featured photographers as well. And just kind of a fun premiere party for you to get your hands on the calendar. It'll also be on sale hopefully a little bit before that as well. Some light snacks and that kind of thing. So we're looking forward to that, kind of getting it finally on sale, and the marketing committee has been working really, really hard on it. It looks wonderful. I think it's going to be a fun project to continue going forward as well. We also discussed possibly adding some new members to the marketing committee because it's just really such a small group already. And then we also chatted about the need for some new marketing photos, just in general for image campaign, everything like that. So I will be reaching out to some photographers to get some quotes, and we'll get that set up while we still have the summer to get some really nice photos done. And then a lot of our events, sidewalk sales, movie in the park, all of that. And then let's see, another one was the addition, or we also discussed the addition of a downtown community calendar on our website, which I think is really cool. It'll be just for downtown stores and restaurants, merchants, just downtown businesses to post their individual store events like painting classes, trunk shows, wine dinners, Rough Life Ramble, those kind of things. Just another place to promote what's going on in downtown and what the businesses are doing as well. So that'll be really nice. And we're starting to, I'll get with our website guy to put that on. And like I said, it's just for downtown businesses. So it'll be really nice. a good place, kind of like the Visitors Bureau, how they have their kind of event calendar. So it'll just be another place to go to see kind of what's going on, that we might not be individually hosting, but that's going on in the stores, so. Yep, I think that's about it.
Board have any questions, comments, concerns for Becky and Andy relating to downtown management board committees? Next on the agenda is report by city staff.
Hey there, I would like our city manager is home with COVID, so
Ooh.
you were with him the last 2 days. Good luck.
Are you on?
Oh, you're like. There
Hello.
you
Let's see, we moved a month ago for the first time, 6 o'clock city council meetings, and we now have every board and city council, with the exception, I believe, of the library that meets at 5. Everybody else meets at 6 now, so it's consistent across the board. That's really admirably good, I think, for people to know when to show up. By the way, though, the library, I think, is at 5, as I recall. We okayed the social district application for malted vinyl for the social district application. We had an agreement that we passed on a mutual aid agreement with other fire and police and the emergency agencies around the state. It's a big statewide piece. Doesn't mean that we'll be sending fire trucks and police cars to Ferndale or Grand Rapids, but that there's a better network going. We approved an application grant that would go in for an arboretum past the Bayfront Park. I don't know if it's got a name really. Do we have a name for that park down there? I call it the Lime Kill Pit Park, okay? So he's looking at doing some kind of an arboretum in that area. We also talked about the ARPA money, how are we going to spend? The county has offered us, every agency, up to $50,000 if you will do a matching 50. For $100,000, and there was quite a discussion for a half hour, 40 minutes on how to spend $100,000. I don't think people realize how little $100,000 is and how far it goes. We have some great ideas, but I think some of the ideas were in the multi-million-dollar range. So I think that's about all. That was it. Also letting you know that we have 2 things going on. One that was last night, and that was the ward convention. And you very unique to the entire state. Nobody else in the cities or villages do this, just Petoskey. That started, everybody did it in the 1800s, but we continue because of the participation. So we met last night at 8. People say, why was it 8? It's because it's in the charter and you can't change it without a vote of the people. So it'll stay 8, I believe, for a while. Tomorrow night, right here in this building, right here, will be the city convention. So delegates are elected in the wards to come and represent their ward for this is the first year that we have not had a mayor election in 35 years, because we went to the 2-year piece. So I think it'll be a pretty bland meeting, though there are a lot of people with a lot of questions and complaints, everything from housing to dog parks to cars going too fast, etc. So if you want to come and put your 2 bits in. Deer.
I have to call about deer this week. Honestly, I haven't seen one in town.
Well, yeah, right here, 2 doors down. She sent me a picture the other day. There were 2 of them standing in her garden, eating her garden at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I got home last night and there were 2 in my yard eating my grass because it's nice and green last night. There isn't a lot to do about deer. You know, we've had the DMB wildlife people come in and give a presentation, other than shooting them. And the problem with shooting them is shooting in town. But on top of that, You could wipe out every single deer that lives within 10 miles of here. But within 2 miles, they will all be replaced by other deers coming in. You can't eliminate them, so live with it. That's the city report.
Thank you very, very much.
Question?
I have a question. I'm trying to think what city council people are up? Is it Lindsay and Derek?
It's Brian
Oh, Brian.
and Tina,
Word 1 and 3.
I guess I was.
1 and 3. 1 and 3.
I have one more too. I started distributing posters today to downtown for our Sounds of Summer, which is our collaborative concert series with Bliss Fest. And then also, I'm really excited. We have 10 sponsors for Movies in the Park. And that's been starting to be promoted. Posters going around for that as well. And a lot of the sponsors, I want to say at least half, have taken me up on actually coming to the movies and sponsoring a night with either popcorn or snow cones or something like that. So that's really, really cool. So hopefully we'll get some really good some attendance this year. So
You deserve a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not every day.
it makes so much fun. It's even better. So
Perfect. That gets us to the end of the agenda. Any comments, questions, concerns from the board in general?
Can I ask if there's a lady here who missed the public comment? Can we be structured enough to let her speak if she has something?
Would you like to do some public comment? Oh. This is gonna be a very quick meeting, then. Thank you for attending, and I suppose that will adjourn our meeting for tonight.